Well, according to my phone, it's noon, so QST, QST, QST. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Before we start the net, is there any emergency traffic that needs to pass before the net? Hearing none, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. And this is a directed net, and we'd like all calls to go through net control. The net meets every 2 weeks on a Thursday at 8 p.m. Malta time or European time. Whether it's summer or winter, it's always at 8 o'clock. And here we are again for another edition of the net. I'd like to thank all the people who make this net possible. If I had to start mentioning them by name, I'd probably leave somebody out. But the repeater trustees, of course, Anthony and Steve, who had the original idea and still support the net in a big way, and everybody else who contributes to the net. So, without further ado, I'm going to set the phone down because I'm using the phone today. Echolink on the phone, and start taking check-ins. So, check-ins for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Please leave 5 seconds between every check-in because I'm getting older and slower. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey net control for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet today.
Nine Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha, checking in. The name is Anthony. Nine Hotel 1 Tango Lima, name is Chris. Over to November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
This W4 PVT, Charlie.
All righty, I acknowledge. 9H5FA, 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Chris, good evening to you. And Charlie, good afternoon to you, WB4PVT. Any other check-ins at this time for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet?
Net control, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. This is just to tell you that there is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Mike, Francis Mikalev, who is currently on Jitsi. He's listening, but he has some chronic issues with being able to connect. His radio apparently is giving sporadic transmission problems. But he is listening. I mean, he's got no problem to listen, but problems to transmit. And I'm seeing him here on Jitsi at the moment. So it's 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Mike, Francis.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. I get 9 Hotel 5 Fox Mike, and good evening to you, Francis. Any other check-ins at this point in time for the 9H the 9H-HAM GlobalNet? Okay, we'll take some more check-ins later. Hearing none, good afternoon and good evening to you all. It's nice to hear all these voices again. It's a beautiful day here in Sheridan, Wyoming. Temperature is approximately, right now, it's almost 30 degrees Celsius, or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The sky is crystal clear and blue. The sun is shining. The birds are singing, which tells me it's going to be a good day. And of course, it's going to be even better because I'm inside calling the net in an air-conditioned environment. So I can't complain. I was talking this morning on DMR, and I contacted a station from Norway. We had a beautiful QSO, and he was telling me that they're celebrating the midnight sun for the next 2 evenings. They obviously stay up late. They obviously go to the beach, build a bonfire, probably barbecue, and enjoy other people's company, and watch the sun at midnight. So I thought that was very fascinating. Let's see if there are any other check-ins for the net right now, and if not, we'll just go for one round. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control Station for the 9H-HAM Global Net. Any other check-ins? Okay, hearing none, let's go one round and let's see what everybody's doing for summer. Any plans for a summer holiday? The beach, of course, if you live on Malta. I do miss the beach. You know, if there's one thing I miss about Malta, whether it's crowded or not is totally irrelevant, is going to a beach, whether it's a sandy beach or a rocky beach, but it's the beach. And I hope that the sea is as clear as it used to be when I was a kid, because you could basically see your shadow on the bottom below the water while you were swimming. It was beautiful. All right, enough daydreaming now. 9 Hotel 5, Fox Alpha. How are you doing? And I hope you're having a good summer. Although it's just started, but hey. 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Number 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Summer has kicked in quite a bit over here. We've had temperatures, well, they're getting hotter. It was 33 this morning, now it's about 30, which means that it will start going up further. Now it's 34, 35, and probably will start getting 40s in the coming weeks. We've also had, 30 degrees for where you are. I guess that's pretty hot, isn't it? We've also had some, unfortunately, increases in the current virus transmission rate as well. We've had numbers totaling nearly 500 new cases in a day, about 3 days ago. And that's the official reported cases, because some people do private, personal, home testing, and they don't report the results. So there's more than that for sure. Otherwise, heat is kicking in. ACs and the cars are running, so fuel is being used at a higher rate. We're waiting for fuel prices to go up. We're expecting fuel prices to go up. We don't know if they will or not. Like they have been happening in the rest of the world after the last events. Well, it's summer. It's a different summer than usual summers, because it carries some new expectancies. But that's part of life, I guess. At some point in time, tell us about the midnight sun. I wasn't aware of this, actually. I was just aware that there was a time where it would still be sunny at midnight. I mean, in any part of the world except the poles. Okay, so back to you, net control. But tell us a bit about this. How was the way of it? This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Yeah, very good, Anthony. 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. I was having a wonderful QSO with a ham from Oslo in Norway. And he said that today and tomorrow are the longest days. Obviously, that is correct. Like, I need to correct somebody else, but anyway. And a lot of people go and celebrate the midnight sun. And they go to the beach or build a bonfire outside and probably eat and perhaps drink and enjoy it. And you know, what's interesting is the furthest north I've ever been was the Isle of Skye in Scotland, and I was there in June. I happened to be there around this time of the year, and interestingly enough, the sun dips below the horizon at 12:30 in the morning and rises at 1:30 in the morning. So there's only 1 hour on the Isle of Skye, just to the west of Scotland, that the sun will be below the horizon. So that, you know, the sky never gets dark. It never gets dark. You can actually read a newspaper 24 hours a day outside on a porch or whatever. And so then I was driving, and you'll be driving, and you'll go maybe to the north side of the island, and then you want to go south, and we're so used to saying, well, you know, it's in the evening, and so the sun is in the west. Well, I was driving, and I put the sun where I thought was the west, which is inaccurate because I didn't stop and think about it. And all of a sudden, I start seeing these rare to find mile markers, and I'm going away or further away from where I'm supposed to go, and I'm going, well, how the heck is this happening? And then I said, oh, I'm too far up north. The sun really doesn't set in the west or not even in the northwest anymore. It goes up to the north and dips a little and comes back up and moves around. It's impressive. And I'm sure there are probably some webcams, live webcams on the internet that will show some of that. Because in wintertime, I watch the aurora borealis or the northern lights. Oh, I've said enough. My goodness. Let me give a break here. I'm sorry if I timed out the machine, guys. I forgot about that. But anyway, that's interesting, and yeah, once in a blue moon we can see the northern lights from Wyoming, but not very often. Now, if I had to travel 300 miles north to the Canadian border, I could probably see the northern lights quite a bit, but we're too far south here for the northern lights. I've only seen them actually once in the last 20 years, so. Unless I was sleeping, and you can't help that. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey and net control for the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Chris, good evening to you. I hope you're having a good week, and maybe a swim in the sea would be nice if you enjoy that kind of thing. 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, good evening from N7APW and the net.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris. Thank you for being net control for this evening, Jerry. I'm currently a bit far away from the sea. I'm in Ormy. The Ormy is currently having the festivities of St. George concurrently. We're enjoying that at the moment. We've got some dinner. I'm attacking a formidable hot dog right now. I wanted to ask you because you had suggested the Armored Droid to me, and I can't find that on Google Play, but I am finding Droid Star, so I'm wondering if anyone else has experience with Droid Star. I've heard that Francis McCullough is listening on Jitsi. I'd also like to ask if anyone else has anything good to say about Jitsi, because I've yet to try that out. My work right now, I'm spending more time where my radio cannot really reach the ether. so I'm going to have to use online methods more often. So I'm using Echolink more often, although right now I'm using my Baofeng. But I'd like to look into DMR Droid or DroidStar, maybe even Jitsi, and whether if there's any advantage of Jitsi over Echolink. Back to net control, November 7, PW from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima.
Well, I'll probably let Anthony talk a bit about Jitsi, but I can tell you about DroidStar. DroidStar is a very good app. I use it. I have been using it for a while. It is an Android phone-based app. It works excellent and gets you to about 5 or 6 different DMR systems on DMR, whether it's Brandmeister or TGIF or DMR Plus or free DMR. You'll find them all there. I highly recommend it because sometimes, honestly, when I do have a radio and a hotspot, but when I'm away from home, the local repeater doesn't have very good coverage here, and so I just use the phone and keep in touch that way. Plus, I enjoy DMR quite a bit, and I'm pretty active, especially in summer. In summer, I'm on DMR every day in the morning, maybe between I'd say between 5 and 7 o'clock in the afternoon Malta time. So I just sit in the backyard, sip on coffee, and talk on the radio. And what a way to start the day, So if you don't mind, Anthony, tell us a bit about Jitsi. I know you use it frequently and have been using it for some time. And if I put you on the spot, my sincere apologies. 9H-5FA with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha. Okay, so about Jitsi. Jitsi is effectively a normal media communication app, very similar to Skype. It doesn't directly interface with any repeaters or any radio systems, but for some reason it seems to be very popular amongst radio amateurs. So when radio amateurs come to talk together, not through radio, very often Jitsi is a common channel. I'm not sure why Jitsi and not Skype or something else, but it seems to be very popular. Even if you sort of go online, it seems to be very popular amongst radio amateurs. At the moment, so the people who usually come in through Jitsi, and there's a link if you want to come in, Chris, there's a link. So you just have to download the app if you're going to use Android, or you can go directly to the Jitsi website on your computer. But in every mail shot I send, there's a link to connect to this particular group. The people who usually connect on Jitsi, so while that is going on, usually about 3 or 4 more people so we're looking at each other as well. Besides talking on the radio, we're also sort of visually seeing each other. You're very welcome to join, obviously. Again, it's not an alternative. You can't talk on the radio directly from Jitsi unless I manage to find a way of connecting the output of Jitsi to my PC and try to get that on Echolink. But there's going to be some issues with PTT and that sort of stuff, but I've never tried to do that. But it's a normal communication app, sort of video and audio. Regarding DroidStar, I've used DroidStar. It's excellent. You need to apply for a DMR ID. That's a unique number which you will have. If you wish, we can sort of set up a meeting on radio or telephone or whatever, and I'll walk you through how to do it. There's a website, you have to apply for it. When I applied for it, I was requested to send over a scan of my ham radio license, and then they provided me with a DMR ID in about 2 days, I think. Then that DMR ID is yours. You can use it on any DMR device, be it a radio, be it a DMR radio, be it an app, be it software on your computer, whatever. That's yours. You can use it on multiple devices. Obviously, if you have 5 radios, you would have. So that is your ID on the DMR network. Fine, it works perfectly well. I've used it a number of times. You might have some problems using it for this net, because for some strange reason, which we could never understand, when I link the local DMR repeater to the UHF repeater for this net, it works fine locally, but anyone who connects remotely, either from an app or from some other country to the same DMR talk group, usually can't get through. And the same happens with DroidStar. So it might not work for this net for some reason which none of us till now could understand. Back to Jerry, because I'm going to time out probably very soon. November 7th, Alpha Papa Whiskey, this is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
And also, Chris, you can load Echolink on your phone, and you can connect through Echolink. Obviously, I can't hit the repeater from here, the 9H1 UHF repeater, so I'm coming in through the Echolink link to 9H1 UHF-R, and so is Charlie WB4PVT. Chris, let me pass it back to you just in case you have any comments or questions. Very good information, and we all learn as we go along. 9H1 Tango Lima with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Thank you, and thanks to 9H5FA for this information. I was totally under the impression for some reason that Jitsi is an alternative to Echolink. I see now that it is not. As you said, it's something we learn as we go along. I was spelling it incorrectly. I think it is Japan, India, Tango, Sierra, India, because I was spelling it completely wrong. But I think that's the one. And thank you for the information about DroidStar. Even though possibly will not be working on this net, I'll give it a try anyway. Might be worth a try. Okay, back to net control. November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris.
Yeah, very good, Chris. 9H1 Tango Lima with the 9H-HAM Global Net, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. In my eyes, Jitsi is like Zoom or Skype, as Anthony has mentioned. It's a video plus audio conference software. That's the best of my definition. And DroidStar, it's on the phone. I take the phone with me wherever I go. And a lot of times I connect to some Wi-Fi that's available, whether at the store or not, and it works like a champ. It's nice to have anyway. All right, this is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Let's see if there are any other check-ins before I move over to Charlie. N7 APW standing by.
N7 APW, this is 9H5FA. 9H5 Foxtrot Mike, 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Mike, Franz Mikalev, has just connected to Jitsi. But again, he can listen in, but he can't transmit. So basically, he can't hit the repeater at the moment from where he is on TX. But he is listening at the moment. And we're seeing him on Jitsi, and I'm actually hearing this radio stream from his radio through Jitsi. So if you could add him to the Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
9H-1 Japa Lima listening.
All right, very good. I checked in the 9H5 FM, and good evening to you, Joe, and 9 Hotel 1 Japan Lima. I hope you're doing well, and I hope everything is well in your neck of the woods. Charlie, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've said hello, and I hope you're doing well, and it's not too terribly hot where you are. Whiskey Bravo 4, Papa Victor Tango with the 9H-HAM GlobalNet, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey.
This is W4PVT. Hello to everyone on the net. Now, I see Joe just came on. Things going pretty good right now. It's only about 22 Celsius, and it's been raining for the last couple of days. So hopefully it'll stop by this weekend. The field day in the United States and Canada is this weekend, and it starts at 1800 Zulu UTC time and runs for 24 hours, and it's on all the bands from 160 up to 6 meters, except for 17, 12, and 30. I'll be involved with it. Local club that I'm in is active on field day, and they'll be using the call sign W4MT, Whiskey 4 Mike Tango, which I'm the trustee for. So hopefully some of the Maltese stations can check in. If you do, from your house, you'll be a 1 for 1 station, D for that you're at home, and that you're DX. So it'd be 1 Delta DX would be your report that you would give to the station that you would talk to in the States. The group that I'm with, we're a 3 Alpha Virginia, which is 3. We'll have 3 transmitters on at all times. Alpha means we're out in the field using emergency power, and the VA is the state or the area of the country we're in. So those are the reports, and hopefully it'll be a good field day. As for everything else, it's everything's going fine. And someone mentioned about we call it gas, you call it petrol, I believe. Yeah, the prices are going up. Right now it's about $5 a gallon, which I think I computed out to, oh golly, what was it? Well, it's 1/4 that. I think it was about 1 1/4 euros per liter. That would be your price. Unfortunately, the stock I have in the oil companies are not going up, so yeah, just not driving as much. So other than that, everything's doing fine. Good to hear everyone on the net, and I wonder where Charles is today, FPS. I haven't heard him in quite a while. This is W4PVT, clear.
Well, very good, Charlie. The price of gas is about the same here. It's twice what it was. It's exactly twice as much as it used to be a year ago. And a year ago, I used to be able to fill the tank in my Jeep up for $45, and now it needs $100. So, but that's okay, I suppose. Things will take care of themselves eventually, or so we hope and pray. And that's all I'm going to say. But it's interesting. Even going to the store, everything at the store is 25% more expensive than it was probably 8 months ago. And we just have to adapt and adopt and learn to live with it. And we've done it before, and I'm sure we can all do it again. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, sounding very, very, very old. The net control station for this evening's session of the 9H-HAM GlobalNet. Joe, I'll pass it back. I'll pass it over to you. It's nice to hear your voice. I hope you're doing well. A smile on your face. Maybe plans to go to the beach, perhaps. How is life, Joe? 9 Hotel 1, Juliet Lima, November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey with the net.
Yeah,
Okay, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey, Jerry. And hi, Charlie there. Nice surprise for you today. Managed to log in somehow. I was taking a shower and had the radio running there and was listening in also there. But anyway, been busy. I've been to the beach once, to the sea, but unfortunately, didn't do me much good. But anyway, recovering again from my shoulder, unfortunately. And it's up and down, Jerry, up and down. One time you are okay, next time you're scraping through, then you get up again. It's that's life. Oh, that's life. The only thing is that we need some of Charlie's rain over here, because it's really scorching us up over here. 35, 38 degrees somewhere there, and that's in the shade. And considering I'm working on the outside there, it's really hard. Today it was a little bit too hard for me, so I'm rather exhausted. So hopefully it starts going down a bit. Hopefully, but that's just most probably that's just wishful thinking. That's just wishful thinking. Okay, guys, very good there. Charlie FBS, I haven't heard him and haven't talked to him for a little while also there, Charlie. So I'll be giving him a call maybe tomorrow. Hopefully I'll try and make it a point to give him a call. Okay, so back to Not Controller and see who you have to pass it to. But if you don't hear me coming back, guys, I'm off again, because this time of the day it's a little bit awkward for us coming on the net. But managed to do it at least for now. Back to you there, N7APW, 9H1 Japan. And one more thing there, Charlie WB4PVT. Your call sign, the Whiskey 4 Mike Tango, okay? You chose Whiskey 4 Mike Tango. Mike Tango is for Malta. So you got another connection there, mate. All right? You're still wishing you were here. I'm dead sure. Over to you, Charlie. Sorry, Jerry. N7APW, 9H1 Japan Lima.
Yeah, I'm still asking for pastizzi, so it's been a very long time since I've had a half a dozen or a dozen pastizzi. I don't think I can eat a whole dozen anymore, but you know, Joe, one day at a time. I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I listen for the birds singing and look out, and if the birds are singing, everything is cool, and then we decide what the day is going to be like. You know, some days are diamonds and some days are stone, to quote a song. So we just take them one day at a time, because right at this point in my life, that's all I can handle or want to handle, and life goes on. Let's see here. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey, net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net. Are there any other check-ins for the net? Didn't hear anything. Does anybody have anything else for the net? It's been a nice net this evening. I've thoroughly enjoyed hosting it, and plan on doing it again. And if somebody wants to give a hand at being net control, it's not that hard. And if you expect perfection, obviously you're not going to get it out of me. But this is after all a hobby, and it's amateur radio, so amateur perfection is what we're looking for. If somebody wishes to give it a try or to look into it, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to oblige and give you some tips. And you know, the gift of gab has to be yours, and life goes on. Let me take a pause here. Is there anything else for the net this evening? Anything happening? Yes. Field day is happening this weekend. This is November 7, Alpha Papa Whiskey. Did we just talk about perfection here? Net control station for this evening session of the 9H-HAM Global Net, standing by.
November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey. All right, so three short comments. So the first one is going in chronological order. I've sort of, while we're here, I've just Googled some Midnight Sun website, and there's actually, there's a live webcam from Norway, which sort of is prepared to actually, it's live at the moment. There's quite a lot of lights there, but there are also a number of nice images and photos of the sun setting down after midnight, taken in Norway as well. So if you Google a bit, that's something new to me. I didn't know that this would happen in Norway. If anyone Googles about it, there's some nice info there. So that's one thing. The second thing is that I can offer to have a go at being at control once in a while, on one condition, that either you, Jerry, or Charles is also present and sort of acts as a, emergency takeover if Michael gets stuck. I'd like to sort of have a go someday. We can sort of, anyway, it's up to you. I mean, the third thing is, that 9H-1FBS told me he won't be able to join us today, and he sort of, he sent his regards to everyone. Chris, 9H-1 Tango Lima. If you wish to set up Droid Star, sort of just give me a call or send me a message or something, and we'll sort of agree at a time. And if you want, I can walk you through setting it up, because there are some tricks in it to get it to work. I mean, not much tricks, but there are some things to configure which I had to sort of Google for and look up before I actually got it to work. But once you get it to work, then it works fine. I'm not sure if you do have a DMR ID. If you don't, the first thing you need to do is to apply for that, and I'll walk you through how to do it. It usually takes about 2 days to get assigned an ID. And that's yours for life. Back to net control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.
Any comments, Chris? Go ahead.
Okay, so 9H-5FA from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima. Thank you very much for that offer. I will definitely follow that up. I'll apply for the DMR ID tomorrow, and perhaps this weekend or maybe sometime next week I'll send you a message on Messenger, and thank you very much for that offer. All help is more than welcome in this hobby. Thank you very much. Back to net control, November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey from 9 Hotel 1 Tango Lima, Chris, and thanks.
Oh, excellent, Chris. Talking about help, yes, Anthony, I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to be here if and when you decide to call the net, of course. But yeah, you can do it. It's easy. But you know what? Everybody says it's easy. But the first time I called the net, I sweated it, and that's the truth, and everybody does. But while it is a structured net, there's quite a bit of leeway, and so it'll be fun. So whenever you get around to it, just let me know, and we'll figure it out and make it happen. And Chris, this is the nicest thing about the hobby. People help each other, and then you learn something, and you help somebody else, and it keeps moving that way. Very good. This is November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey Net Control. Are there any late checkers or any other comments for the net? Hearing none, this has been a very enjoyable and informative net, and I'd like to thank everybody who participated. We had a total of 6 check-ins, including myself, and I'd like to invite everybody to tune in again, same time, same day, in 2 weeks' time. So 2 weeks from today at the same time, which is 8 p.m. European time or Malta time, 2 o'clock Eastern time, or noon Mountain time, where I am. So I'll take a quick pause and then I'll wrap up the net and 7 APW.
November 7 APW. I'm counting 7 check-ins on my list, including yourself. I think we're missing someone out. I'm including 9H1 Mike Delta and 9H5 Foxtrot Mike, who are in Jitsi, but who haven't actually spoken, but they have checked in. And I'm also including Japan Lima, 9H1 Japan Lima, who just checked in now. So I'm not sure if I'm missing everyone else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we double check that? November 7 Alpha Papa Whiskey.
Yeah, I must have missed 9H1 Mike Delta. Is he also on Jitsi, or where is it Marco? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. He's on Jitsi. He's in front of me on Jitsi. He's listening, but he can't hit the repeater from where he is at the moment, but he can listen. It's 9 Hotel 1 Mike Delta Mario de Gabriele. Back to you, net control.
I need new glasses. I saw the I as a C. Mario. Sorry about that, Mario. And sorry I missed you, but 9H1 Mike Delta has checked in, a total of 7 check-ins. Correct. All righty. Let me give another pause. And is there anything else for the net before we close the net tonight?
This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha again. Just a short reminder, now all the logins of all the nets we've had are online. There's a log file which I'm updating online. The link to the log file is in the mail shots calendar invite which I sent out, so where there's a line with the link. It's also on all the Facebook posts, so where there's a line there with the link. One can sort of look at the logs of all the. There are a couple of early sessions which I have still to put in the data for, because I can't seem to find the paper on which I've written them. But I'll go through my emails. I should have them on email from Jerry or from Charles, depending on who was net control. So I'll go through my emails there. But otherwise, the vast majority of them are there, neatly tabled in an online Excel sheet, basically, Google sheet, actually. Back to you, net control. This is 9 Hotel 5 Foxtrot Alpha.